Have you all ever heard of meme coins?
What?
Meme coins.
That's
No.
So you never heard of
No.
Dogecoin, Trump coin,
No.
Haktua
Those
coin?
all sound ridiculous.
everybody's got a coin nowadays for
Everybody's
crypto.
got a crypto, yeah. But the biggest one of them all, Logan Paul, of course, who wouldn't be the main star of the event nowadays?
But before you get into it, I just want to give you all a friendly little reminder. You're listening to Pilot's Lounge.
Here we go again. Exclusively on YouTube. We'll get to Spotify eventually. We'll figure out how to do it. Anyways, Logan Paul, I don't know if you guys know who CoffeeZilla is. Do you guys know who CoffeeZilla is?
It sounds vaguely familiar.
Well,
Nope.
Logan Paul is suing CoffeeZilla for defamation.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm just because Logan Paul, Crypto Zoo, I think it's what it was called. I don't know if that was Jake's project. I don't know. No, Jake's was Annie Moon. I'm pretty sure. But Crypto Zoo, it was either Crypto Zoo or Annie Moon. I don't know which one. But basically, Logan Paul, the scumbag, jackass, dickwad, scammed his audience. We all think that he couldn't get lower than this. I'm going to show we found a dead body clip and him like laughing. To now him scamming his audience out of millions. Literal millions. People have lost several $1 million. It's bad. Yeah.
Only as
What
far
a
as
world, huh? What a world,
I'm be-
guys.
Yeah.
I want to be surprised if our dear old pal Jack Doherty invested in that stuff.
Oh, dude, Jack Doherty's done. As far as I know, he's actually done. He's gone. Finally. He is broke beyond belief because his OnlyFans girlfriend broke up with him.
Unsurprisingly.
Well, Jack Doherty's a scumbag too. He was an absolute scumbag.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if I go into McDonald's and I see him working the register.
Bro, it might become
don't
like
even
that
think McDonald's
one TikToker who went in so high on Xanax that they got fired. You know who I'm talking about, right? You know who I'm talking about?
I have
No,
idea.
the picture is already
Y'all don't
planted
know
in my
who
head.
I am?
No.
Oh,
You don't know that-
sassy Karen.
It wasn't a Karen. That was a Kevin. It was a Kevin. Famous
Oh.
TikToker. Well, famous TikToker. Sorry if you hear background noise. I'm playing around with the screwdriver. I like to do this. It's fun.
Where's your fidget spinner I gave you?
What fidget spinner?
The one that looks like
the
a creeper
one?
head.
I never used that. I never used that.
Freaking jerk.
I told you I wouldn't use it. It's literally, it's a piece of garbage. I'm just going to say it. It's a piece of garbage.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Oh, man. But, you know, the reason I wanted to bring up Logan Paul with this lawsuit, I'm like, who cares? It's Logan Paul. It's the reason he's suing CoffeeZilla. His background claim is for defamation. It's a defamation lawsuit because the plaintiff has lost so-and-so amount of money due to false complaints. Yeah, that's not going to go very far, for one. If you do a defamation lawsuit, you damn well better have the receipts to show that what was said was false. So,
Yeah.
yeah, Logan Paul doesn't have that. I'm sure of that. But recent screenshots of messages came up as to the true reason behind Logan Paul's lawsuit against CoffeeZilla. Logan Paul said, quote, that the reason the reason he's dragging this lawsuit on was to, quote, make CoffeeZilla's life miserable.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about petty.
Very petty. Yeah. It's just so dumb. These egotistical YouTubers, they just... Oh, yeah, that was the other thing. He said, quote, I'm a billionaire. Like, his friend who was talking to him said, dude, you're a billionaire. And then Logan Paul said, quote, a petty billionaire. It's just like
Ew.
the most childish bullshit thing I've ever heard in my life. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing I'm questioning when it comes to Logan Paul, why the hell did WWE think it was a bright idea to work with this guy, despite all the controversy he's been through?
Money. That's your answer. Money. Money talks.
Despite you'd think someone would have looked back at the Forest incident and think,
Yeah.
no, we can't have this guy here.
It's because he brings in the money. That's the reason. The paycheck's bigger.
Mm.
Reputation is nothing when money comes into play. They don't care. They got greed in
I'd
their
never
eyes.
buy anything from him.
Yeah. It just upsets me, you know, because these egotistical YouTubers will do this sort of stuff. Like the moment they hear one little piece of criticism, they will go out and start claiming defamation. It's ridiculous. Like, grow up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's the internet. You're going to get criticized. If you want to file for
Yeah.
defamation, again, you better have the receipts that what was said was false. You know, it's that simple. And if you don't have the receipts, then you have no base for your claim. And it's just a waste of everybody's time, which I actually believe is breaking a law within itself.
I
Isn't
think
it?
so.
Wasting
Yeah,
the court's
I think so.
time or manipulating something.
Exactly. I think there's something along those lines. But
Yeah, it's something in there. It is a law broken. So, like, it just bothers me a lot. You know, what's her name? Illuminati, right? Illuminati got into some trouble. She beefed with a smaller YouTuber, almost got him permanently banned off the platform because he was criticizing her. And it's just like, it's the internet. And for two, there's the First Amendment, which
freedom
the
of speech.
not just the freedom of speech, freedom of the press. Freedom of the press. Now, you see, that's what I hate about this. You know, the moment someone starts throwing out, "Oh, I'm going to sue for defamation," you already lost. You know,
Yeah.
at that point, you've already lost. So, I mean, if you actually have the evidence or claims to back up that what was actually said about you is false, then don't even attempt
Yeah, that's
to go
fine.
for defamation because it won't
Yeah.
work. It really won't work.
Yeah.
Defamation is probably one of the
Seriously.
dumbest things out there. And I'm not trying to bring this up again, but you know, we went through something similar. You know, we had someone just come after us over and over again. And then when we would actually like speak up and say, "Hey, this guy keeps saying tons of stuff about us. Here's what he's doing." Well, first off, what he's saying about us is false. Here are our receipts to prove it. And then we're like, now let's talk about him. And we show what he did. The moment we did, it was he almost basically started saying, "I'm going to sue for defamation." I'm like, how is it defamation when everything we found is public information you posted and we have screenshotted and screen recorded of things that you have said? That is the stupid part. That is literally like Logan Paul. You know, Logan Paul, I remember this. There was a video that went up after his scam. CoffeeZilla immediately like jumped on that and exposed Logan Paul for his scam. Logan Paul then records a vertical TikTok or video or something threatening CoffeeZilla with a lawsuit, telling him to take the video down. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. You can't make this shit up. He was literally smiling, holding the piece of paper. He's like, "You know what, CoffeeZilla? You want to make enemies? That's fine. I got the papers right here." And I'm like, wow. So you're fine going into court where they will show videos of exactly what you said, and you're going to say, "No, that didn't happen. That didn't happen."
He's gonna get busted.
Oh, he's already busted. He's under 2 lawsuits now. So it's a case, what's the word? Case lawsuit?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's with multiple people. Guess who the second person is?
Who?
Law by Mike. Loki's laughing. I hear him.
Him?
Law by
No,
Mike.
I'm stoned. Like, what?
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah. Law by Mike.
What's he?
I don't
What did
know.
Logan do to piss him off?
I don't know exactly. I think that's where the screenshots came from, where it's just like, but you're a billionaire. Yeah, a petty billionaire. I'm just like, I don't know. It's just, I'll have to watch Internet Anarchist's video on it again. I haven't read too much about it. I've heard about this lawsuit for a while, for probably like a couple months. Maybe, no, it hasn't been that long. Has it been that long? I don't know. I don't know when the case was opened, but basically I've heard about it for a bit. And now Law by Mike is involved, which is quite fascinating. Because now it's a case type lawsuit, or whatever it's called, where it involves multiple people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, the moment you say, I'm going to sue for defamation, you've already lost. Because it's just showing how petty you are.
Yeah,
You know,
it's very rare that those cases actually
succeed.
are successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because usually, like, in order to actually have a successful defamation, I've said this, in order to have a successful defamation lawsuit where you win as the person who is being defamed, you have to show that what was said, that what was claimed by said party is not true. And, yeah, it's just not great. I just find it really funny, you know? I find it funny that Logan Paul is such a child that he's doing this sort of thing. And that's what happens when
like
ego... Go ahead.
He's like the stereotypical TV high school jock bully that never grew up.
He probably was. I mean, do you see what he did to his dogs and his like all of his pets? Like that was something from a long time ago, but his pets, bro. He is not a good pet owner at all.
I don't even want to know. I don't want
I'm terrified to ask what he did.
Well, I think there were like 3 dogs, a parrot, and a pig. That's his body count. So
He turned the pig to bacon, did he?
No, he abandoned it in a field, and some vets had to rescue it.
Oh my!
Yeah,
I can't even.
it was that
can't
bad.
even.
Thank God for the vet.
Yeah,
Thank
the
God
vets
for the
saved the
vets.
pig, and they knew it was Logan Paul's. It
I
just
can't even, guys. Wow.
it baffles my mind that people are like this. It baffles my mind that they become so egotistical that they can't take stinking criticism. You know? That's the problem. And they'll bully smaller creators because they think that they're almighty and powerful. They think that because they have a higher number that they're better. That's not how that works. What works is reputation. Reputation is what gives you respect. And respect
Exactly.
gives you everything.
Exactly. But there's some YouTubers out there that are too damn prideful of their subscriber count.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I got 100K so-and-so. Big whoop. You're still a human being like everyone else.
Big whoop. It's just a number. Now, there.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. And that's what happened to us, too. You know, we were much smaller when all that stuff went down with us. And that's what annoys me.
You know,
You know,
I found lyrics. Oh, sorry.
no, it's okay. It just bothers me because my channel wasn't even at 500 subscribers. It might have been at 500 or not even to it yet. And that guy just harassed us nonstop. So yeah, that was fun. But we ignored him. We've ignored him. We kept ignoring him, and he just doesn't want to stop. I don't care anymore. He can do whatever he wants. He can cry defamation all he wants. I really don't care.
He's basically made a fool of himself at this point.
Mm,
And going back to all these big YouTubers, all these big subscribers and stuff, they think they're invincible.
yeah.
A set of lyrics from the song "Sing Grave" by the Ghost Club. You should check it out, by the way. It's a really cool song and all.
Okay.
Right? These lyrics come to my mind from that song. Social status just won't change the fact that we all share the same grave.
Ooh.
Nice.
That's a good one. That's powerful, dude. That's powerful. Holy hell. I had never thought about
Yep.
that. One of the most recent
Yeah.
quotes I heard was, there's nothing promised in life except death.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nothing is promised in life
So-
except death. So, yeah. That's
So
a
whether
good
you're
one.
like a big YouTuber or a little one, you're still getting thrown on the ground.
Yeah, we all die, basically.
Yeah.
That sounded so bad.
We
That
all
sounded so
die.
wrong. That sounded so wrong. I'm so sorry.
Podcast going dark.
Yeah. YouTube, throw up a suicide warning if you want to. Oh my god.
Check the video.
If you're suicidal, don't watch this.
Don't.
Yeah.
That was
Don't
even
do that.
worse. Someone shut me up. Okay. But yeah, for some people, it's the numbers. You know, for me,
Definitely.
at the time that we are recording this, I don't know when people are going to watch this. This channel specific, how much does our podcast have at this moment? 31 subs. Not bad. You know,
bad.
not bad. Considering that I moved it from my main channel, which at this time has 1,850. To me, these are they're just numbers. You know, they're just letting me know, hey, people like the content. It's not a power status. It's not saying, hey, I have this much power. And what was I gonna say?
I have no idea.
It's
Where
not
are you going
saying-
with this?
I'm very bad at this. Yes, I am. But people steal my words. So if you're going to steal these words, you know, just. That was the other thing. Like that guy keeps on stealing the words that I use and making them his own. So if you want to do that again, go ahead. You know, but just come up with something original. But basically, with numbers, it doesn't matter what number you are. I have 1850 at the moment. I don't really care. I would like to be at 2000. You know, I like seeing the numbers go up. It gives me that nice hit of dopamine. And yeah, I'll cry and whine and kind of be a little bitch about it sometimes. But I'm never like that in the public. I don't want to do that in the public. That's just like, man, didn't quite hit that number just right. Man, this video is doing terrible. Damn it. Why did I do this? You know, I do that behind the scenes. I don't need to do that in the public. Last thing I want to do is to guilt trip an audience to just give me numbers. You know, that's why when we talk about serious topics, I don't ask for subscribers. That's the reason. You don't need them. You really don't need them. It's just showing that people care about the channel. They're subscribing because they want to come back. They want to watch more.
Exactly.
We are providing them with something that they want to keep watching. You know, it's like a Netflix show. You can see all these suggestions. Which ones are you adding to your list? It's the same thing with YouTube. You're given all these videos. Which ones do you want to keep watching from this certain TV show or creator? This is Pilot's Lounge, you know? We are a podcast. We talk about... Excuse me. Ow. I just hit my head.
The hay fever's hitting you.
I don't have hay fever. That was just phlegm. But, you know, we're Pilot's Lounge. We're a podcast. I'm getting really aggressive.
Calm down. Calm down.
We're a podcast. We just talk about random shit, you know? We talk about the random stuff. And, you know, like maybe next topic we should just talk about pineapple on pizza.
No.
Yes.
When
Yes.
did
No.
you get here?
Yes. I've been here for a while, but
Woman.
why hello there.
Hi. Welcome to... Jesus.
But yes, pineapple on pizza. I love it.
I need to
No.
try it. I gotta find something that's like dairy
Okay,
free.
I've got one.
Okay.
It's pineapple, onions, pepperoni. Good.
That actually does sound
It's
pretty good.
so good.
Isn't
It is
pepperoni literally
so
just a
good.
sausage, though?
Yeah,
Like
it's
sliced
a
sausage?
A type of sausage.
I'm not too big
Yeah.
of a fan of sausage. You know, for me,
Pepperoni's
then again,
different.
I've only
Here's the
had
thing.
like 2, so
Some
Yeah,
pepperonis can be
pepperoni's different.
spicy, but some pepperoni doesn't need to be spicy. So it's a 50-50.
like
Yeah.
breakfast sausage. That's my favorite.
Yes, there's also that too. They can also add if you wanted to.
Ooh, that would be good.
But still, it is so good.
That's
half
the
my
thing. I
family
feel
loves
like
pineapple.
that the majority of people who say pineapple on pizza is bad probably haven't tried it.
Yeah.
I have tried it. I didn't like it, and now I'm allergic to pineapple, so I can't have it.
That was literally what I was about to say. You're
That
allergic to
makes
pineapple. Why are you talking?
Because I've had it in the past before I got allergic.
Taste buds change over time, but because you're allergic, you wouldn't.
Shut up.
I'm gonna know.
It is.
Pineapple was just that bad for her, apparently.
What?
I want pineapple now.
I said the pizza was just that bad.
Okay, so we got 1 yay, 2 nays. I'm in the middle because I haven't tried it yet because there's no dairy-free version. I'll probably make something. If you guys want to see me make something like that for my offline channel, ask me. You know.
Watch him burn his kitchen trying to make pizza.
I almost did burn my kitchen down while I was trying to make a Krabby Patty, so that's the reason that
Yeah.
video's not up.
I remember that.
Yeah. There's a reason that video does not exist anymore. Or that it never went up. Yeah.
There's
Gordon
one thing I
Ramsay
need you
would
to-
bust down my door and say, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then he'd probably just teach me how to cook a beef
Honestly?
Wellington or something.
Honestly, at this point, you need a private chef. Damn.
No. I'm not doing that. Oh man,
know.
I don't. I'm not too
Because
big
you
a
can't
fan
cook.
of really expensive food. I like fancy food.
On
I
occasion?
guess. Kind of. I like fancy food. There's this one restaurant around here. I'm not gonna name it. Because again, that's the easiest way to dox yourself. So don't do that. Don't tell like what locations are near you. It's the stupidest thing to do. That's a good tip for all those people who want to be YouTubers out there. But there's this restaurant. Cupid went with me there once. She came down for a visit, and we were just meeting up. And
Yeah.
we went to this restaurant, and it had a lot of good food, a lot of the fancy stuff. I like fancy food. I don't like rich food. I like fancy food, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fancy food is so good. It is actually like cooked to perfection. But I could go ham for some Chick-fil-A, you know? Chick-fil-A is delicious. Food is food.
Chick-fil-A is the bomb.
And you know, that's the other I'm holding a Chick-fil-A straw. That's the other thing too. I think like some people who have never had what they call the peasant food, first time they try it, they like it. They say it's much more full of flavor. So, I don't know, you know, I don't know. I don't know which food's better.
I can't remember. So there is a YouTube channel, but I can't remember what they're called. But it's people that live their fancy life try American food, and they love it. I can't remember where it's from. I think it's like from England or something like that. I can't remember.
Americans no taste shows McDonald's.
And they taste it for the first time. They're like, "Oh my
Very good
goodness,
show."
this is so good!" I can't remember what the show's called. It's hilarious just to watch their reactions.
They think American
Yeah,
food is good?
Yeah.
What is wrong with
It's
them?
so weird. And they're wearing fancy outfits from school. They're so fancy they feel like they're royalty.
You know what's
They
also
look like
stupid?
they're royalty.
I don't know if you saw this, but there was
What?
like this man, we switched from Logan Paul to food. How do we do that?
I don't know.
Welcome to Pilot's Lounge. This is gonna be the
Hello,
biggest
hello.
sidebar yet. There were these couple YouTubers out there who made cheap ramen and then tidied up a nice restaurant for it and sold it to rich people for like $40 a bowl. $2 ramen. Yeah. And they couldn't tell the difference. I was just like, you realize that you're...
What?
Yeah, and they literally
got
asked someone
swindled.
there. They're like, "How much would you charge for this if you could put a price on it?" He's like, "Me, probably $42." And I'm just sitting there stunned. I'm like, "How many NPCs are there in the world?"
You'd be surprised.
I know. I had a call with one earlier today. It was weird. I think I met my
Speaking-
first NPC today.
Speaking of NPCs, there's so many people out there that can actually act like an NPC.
That's
It's
so
so
true.
funny to watch.
That's so true.
I love it.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious to see. Anyways, back onto the getting back to topics. That was a big sidebar. Right. I remember. Did y'all hear the news in DC?
No.
No?
What's the news?
They just banned helicopter travel.
I get. Darn it! You know, gosh darn it! I was gonna fly over to Washington D.C. for vacation in my new helicopter.
You have a helicopter? Where'd you get a helicopter?
It's the Loki copter.
The Loki copter. The special Loki copter. But yeah, it says right here.
You know,
The FAA has permanently restricted non-essential helicopter operations near Ronald Reagan Airport after a deadly midair collision in January. Now, here's the other thing about that. It wasn't just like, I know you guys must have heard about the midair collision between that Black Hawk and that civilian air and that MD-80, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that happened in DC back in January. So there were two more incidences around that airport. There was one involving a police helicopter, and then another Black Hawk that decided to go sightseeing near the Pentagon. Literally like flying only like maybe 150 feet off the ground from the video that I saw.
Uh-huh.
It caused two planes to do go-arounds at the airport. It was at that moment when the FAA said, okay, we're done. Like, ban all non-essential helicopter traffic away from this airport. So now that whole airspace is just bad. It's just bad. It's
Darn
just,
it.
yeah, it's just so
Yeah.
like, how stupid do you have to be to do something like that? You know? And I'm still trying to figure out exactly what happened over in DC back in January with that collision. As far as I can tell, actually, I can't. I really can't, because I've heard from one side that it was due to short staff on that night at the airport. I heard another one where it was like bad communications, so it was the air traffic controller's fault. And then I heard one where it was like the pilot didn't set their altimeter correctly, so it's the pilot's fault. They also didn't listen, so it's the pilot's fault. I've heard everything. I'm like, can you just give me a straight answer?
They probably won't.
I don't know.
No, of course not.
It's going to take me a while. It's going to take me
Yeah,
a
and now
while.
it's going to take me a while. Now it's going to take me a while to argue with the airport now, because where am I going to land my Loki copter when I get
The
when I get over to
Loki-copter.
Washington?
Can you get a picture of that for us,
Yeah.
bro? Can you get a picture of that?
Oh no.
Sure. I'll
Is it
send you a
just, is
photo.
it just literally going to be the hot dog mobile?
Yeah. I haven't seen that in a while.
Oh no, it came down here, but it's come down past here through a bit. It goes all over the place, doesn't it?
Depends on where you go. It's the hot dog mobile is literally one of those things where you rent it out and travel.
Yeah, I've seen it twice. It's so cool.
It is cool, but it's just depends on where it's at. That's when it.
It's literally a
releases the
wiener
time frame.
on wheels. Who wouldn't want a wiener on wheels? Cupid's been muted for a bit.
I wanted to press something on the soundboard, but I'm not going to.
Okay. Oh man. So yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Huh?
Yeah, my helicopter. It's a Black Hawk with Loki written, spray painted on it.
Do you still? Okay. Okay, I guess that works. All right.
It's like the Peter copter without crashing.
The Peter Copter.
Bruh.
Okay.
All right.
I think that's probably it. How should we end
Oh,
it? How should we end it?
Okay, actually, there is one thing I just remembered. Apparently AMC theaters starting in July, from what I've heard, like they're gonna start in July on Wednesdays. They're gonna cut their prices for the tickets by 50% to get people in the theaters.
Really? Well, actually, that's not that big news. You know, it's summertime. You know, everyone's out of school.
Yeah, I know. It's just something cool to throw out there
Yeah,
in case
so-
someone wants to go to an AMC theaters and check that out.
Yeah, so if you guys ever want to go to the movies, just know it's summertime. So get them while you can.
Also, if you, for whatever reason, missed out on the amazing theatrical release of Revenge of the Sith, but you at least want to get your hands on that Darth Vader soda cup, good luck. You'll have to get it from scalpers on eBay.
You said good luck. Oh my god. You're just like, hey, if you ever want to get this cup that's only exclusive from this day, good luck. I'm like, you were about to tell me exactly how to get it. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm not
because they
kidding, like,
sold out like crazy.
Oh yeah, of course.
They did.
You guys seen any cool movies lately?